The Vatican, officially known as Vatican City, stands as a monumental center of Roman Catholicism, holding immense historical, spiritual, and political significance. Its foundations are deeply tied to the early history of Christianity, the evolution of the papacy, and the ironies of its origins. History of the Vatican. The Vatican was originally part of the Ager Vaticanus, an area on the west bank of the Tiber River in ancient Rome. In the 1st century AD, this region became a notorious site for Christian persecution under Roman emperors. St. Peter, one of Jesus' apostles and the first leader of the early Christian church, was crucified here during Emperor Nero's reign. In 326 AD, Emperor Constantine, following his conversion to Christianity, commissioned the construction of the original St. Peter's Basilica over what was believed to be St. Peter's tomb. This act marked the beginning of the Vatican's sacred significance. Over centuries, the papacy's power expanded, and the Vatican became the administrative and spiritual center of the Roman Catholic Church. The Lateran Treaty of 1929 formally established Vatican City as an independent sovereign state. Since then, it has been the residence of the Pope and the administrative heart of the Catholic Church, the selection of popes. The Pope, considered the successor of St. Peter, is elected through a process called a conclave. Cardinals under the age of 80 gather in the Sistine Chapel to vote in a series of secret ballots. A candidate must receive a 2/3 majority to be elected. This process, steeped in tradition, symbolizes the continuity of leadership from St. Peter to the present day, the irony of the papacy. A striking irony lies at the heart of Vatican history. The Roman authorities who executed Jesus Christ and martyred apostles such as Peter later became the architects of institutionalized Christianity. The very empire that condemned Peter to death eventually declared him a saint and built a monumental basilica over his grave to honor his memory. Even more paradoxical is the fact that the Church now venerates in statues and monuments many of those who were once victims of its early oppressors. As visitors walk through the Vatican, surrounded by sculptures and paintings, do they ever pause to ask, who were these figures immortalized in stone and paint? Most are martyrs, those killed for their faith by the very forces that laid the foundation for this monumental institution, from martyrs to monuments. Now, as history unfolds, the Church continues to elect successors of Peter, whom the Romans executed but later sanctified. Each pope carries the legacy of Peter, overseeing a faith built on the blood of martyrs. Today, their monuments stand as reminders of this duality, a faith forged in suffering, yet institutionalized by those who once sought to destroy it. Does this history prompt reflection on the true nature of faith and power? How much of the Vatican's grandeur honors the original teachings of Jesus and his apostles, and how much serves as a testament to the reshaping of faith by political forces? Succession of Peter. As we present to you the contenders vying to succeed Peter, the very apostle whom the Romans executed but later exalted, it becomes essential to ask, how does the Vatican reconcile this history? And how do the faithful make sense of the contradictions woven into the fabric of their worship?
Papabile is an unofficial Italian term first coined by Vaticanologists and now used internationally in many languages to describe a Catholic man, in practice always a cardinal, who is thought a likely or possible candidate to be elected pope. Here are 5 cardinals who have been topping the betting markets as potential candidates for the papacy. Cardinal Pietro Parolin is known for his deep commitment to the Catholic Church and has been actively involved in various aspects of church leadership and governance. Pietro Parolin was born on June 25, 1952, in Budapest, Hungary. He studied at the Pontifical Gregorian University in Rome, where he earned a doctorate in theology. Parolin was ordained a priest in 1975 and served in various pastoral roles before being appointed as the Bishop of Székesfehérvár in 1999. In 2002, he was appointed as the Archbishop of Esztergom, Budapest, the highest-ranking prelate in Hungary. Pope John Paul II elevated Parolin to the rank of cardinal during the consistory of October 21, 2003. As a cardinal, Parolin participated in the papal conclave that elected Pope Benedict XVI in 2005 and Pope Francis in 2013. In addition to serving as the Archbishop of Esztergom, Budapest, Erdo has held various leadership positions within the Catholic Church. He has been a member of several Vatican congregations and councils, including the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith and the Pontifical Council for Social Communications. Cardinal Erdo has been actively involved in promoting dialogue and cooperation among European Catholic bishops. He served as the president of the Council of the Bishops' Conferences of Europe from 2006 to 2016, advocating for the Church's role in European society and addressing various social and political issues. Erdo is also known for his scholarly contributions to theology and pastoral ministry. He has authored numerous articles and publications on topics ranging from ecclesiology to bioethics. Luis Antonio Tagle was born on June 21, 1957, in Manila, Philippines. He studied philosophy and theology at Ateneo de Manila University and later earned his doctorate in sacred theology from the Catholic University of America in Washington. D.C. Tagle was ordained a priest in 1982 and served in various pastoral and academic roles in the Philippines. In 2001, he was appointed as the Bishop of Imus, a diocese in the province of Cavite, Philippines. In 2011, he was elevated to the rank of Archbishop of Manila, becoming the highest-ranking Catholic prelate in the Philippines. Pope Benedict XVI elevated Tagle to the rank of cardinal during the consistory of November 24, 2012. As a cardinal, he participated in the papal conclave that elected Pope Francis in 2013. In 2015, Pope Francis appointed Cardinal Tagle as the prefect of the Congregation for the Evangelization of Peoples, a key Vatican department responsible for coordinating missionary activities and promoting evangelization worldwide. This appointment made Tagle one of the most influential Filipino figures in the Vatican. Throughout his career, Cardinal Tagle has been known for his pastoral approach and commitment to engaging with people at the grassroots level. He has been actively involved in various initiatives aimed at addressing poverty, inequality, and other social issues, both in the Philippines and globally. Pietro Parolin was born on January 17, 1955, in Schiavon, Italy. He studied at the seminary in Vicenza and later at the Pontifical Gregorian University in Rome, where he earned a doctorate in canon law. Parolin was ordained a priest in 1980 and served in various diplomatic roles within the Vatican's diplomatic service, known as the Holy See's Diplomatic Corps. He served in diplomatic missions in Nigeria and Mexico and worked in the Vatican's Secretariat of State. In 2009, Pope Benedict XVI appointed him as the Apostolic Nuncio to Venezuela, and in 2013, Pope Francis appointed him as the Secretary of State, the Vatican's highest-ranking official after the Pope himself. Pope Francis elevated Parolin to the rank of cardinal during the consistory of February 22, 2014. As the Vatican Secretary of State, Cardinal Parolin plays a crucial role in overseeing the Vatican's diplomatic relations with other countries, managing the Roman Curia, the central administration of the Catholic Church, and advising the Pope on matters of governance and policy. He is involved in addressing various global issues, including diplomatic initiatives, peace-building efforts, and interfaith dialogue. Cardinal Parolin has been actively involved in diplomatic efforts to promote peace and dialogue in various regions of the world, including conflicts in the Middle East, Africa, and Asia. Cardinal Pietro Parolin's leadership and diplomatic skills have made him a key figure within the Vatican and a prominent representative of the Catholic Church on the global stage. Peter Turkson was born on October 11, 1948, in Waso Nsuta, Ghana. He studied at St. Teresa's Minor Seminary in Amisano and later at St. Peter's Seminary in Pedu, where he earned a bachelor's degree in sacred theology. He continued his studies at the Pontifical Biblical Institute in Rome, where he obtained a licentiate in sacred scripture and later earned a doctorate in sacred theology from the Pontifical Gregorian University. Turkson was ordained a priest in 1975 and served in various pastoral and academic roles in Ghana. In 1992, he was appointed as the Archbishop of Cape Coast, Ghana, and later served as the president of the Ghana Catholic Bishops' Conference. Pope John Paul II elevated Turkson to the rank of cardinal during the consistory of October 21, 2003. Cardinal Turkson has held several leadership positions within the Vatican. He served as the president of the Pontifical Council for Justice and Peace from 2009 to 2016, where he focused on issues of human rights and global development. He has also been involved in various Vatican commissions and councils. Cardinal Turkson was considered a papal contender during the papal conclave that elected Pope Francis in 2013. While he did not become pope, he remains a respected figure within the Catholic Church. Turkson has been actively involved in addressing global issues, including poverty, inequality, and environmental stewardship. He has represented the Vatican in international forums and has advocated for the Church's positions on social and ethical issues. Cardinal Christoph Schönborn's life is a testament to his unwavering dedication to faith, intellect, and service. Born into a noble Austrian family in 1945, Schönborn's path to priesthood was marked by a deep-seated commitment to the Catholic Church. After pursuing theological studies and earning a doctorate in theology, he was ordained a priest in 1970, laying the foundation for a lifelong journey of spiritual leadership and scholarship. Schönborn's rise within the Catholic hierarchy was meteoric. In 1995, he was appointed Archbishop of Vienna, a position he has held with distinction ever since. As the leader of one of Europe's most influential archdioceses, Schönborn has championed a variety of causes, earning him widespread respect both within and beyond the Catholic community. His tenure has been characterized by a tireless dedication to pastoral care, as well as a steadfast commitment to engaging with contemporary issues in light of Catholic teachings. Among his many accomplishments, Schönborn is perhaps best known for his role as a leading intellectual within the Church. A prolific author and speaker, he has tackled complex theological topics with clarity and insight, making them accessible to a broad audience. His efforts to bridge the gap between faith and reason, particularly in the context of science and religion, have earned him accolades from scholars and believers alike. Throughout his life, Cardinal Christoph Schönborn has embodied the values of compassion, integrity, and humility, leaving an indelible mark on the Catholic Church and the world at large.
Religion that preaches love, forgiveness, and redemption rests on a foundation of bloodshed and suffering. The death of Jesus, orchestrated by Roman authorities under Pontius Pilate, is presented as an act of salvation. Yet his crucifixion was not just a tragic event. It was a violent spectacle meant to shame and eliminate a perceived threat. Also, the violent deaths of his apostles, those who carried his message, are also bloodstains that secured Christianity's grip on history. These early martyrs, the supposed embodiments of mercy and justice, met gruesome ends that raised disturbing questions about divine providence, human cruelty, and the darker mechanisms behind the spread of faith. If Jesus' death symbolized salvation, then why did it take such a brutal and humiliating form? And why did his apostles follow this violent trajectory? Simon Peter, crucified upside down under Nero, was this divine necessity or a brutal attempt to force Christianity's message? Andrew, crucified on an X-shaped cross in Greece, was his death a statement of faith or political resistance? James the Greater, beheaded by Herod Agrippa, eyed divine punishment, or the consequence of challenging systems that later institutionalized Christianity? Bartholomew Nathanael, flayed alive and beheaded. What kind of divine will demand such cruelty? Matthew Levi, stabbed to death in Ethiopia. Was this martyrdom essential for spreading Christianity, or was it a sacrifice to further the Church's power? Speared to death, a divine fate, or another chapter in the struggle for religious dominance? Thrown from the temple, clubbed to death, divine justice, or brutality aimed at stifling Christianity's rise? Killed by arrows in Persia, was his death essential to God's plan, or just the price of spreading a subversive message? Sawn in half, was such violence integral to the faith's survival, or could Christianity have endured without it? Crucified in Turkey, a divine act, or the result of a movement that glorified sacrifice over life itself? Stoned and beheaded in Jerusalem, a divine calling, or a calculated move to solidify the Church's power? Paul, formerly Saul, beheaded under Nero, was this death necessary for the spread of Christianity, or was it a means to make his letters and the faith more influential? John the Baptist, beheaded for condemning Herod's marriage, was his martyrdom essential for Christianity's rise, or a political move to solidify Jesus' divinity? The apostles died horrific deaths, but the empire that once persecuted them later became the very institution that codified and controlled their faith. The churches built in their names now stand as sanctuaries of power, where millions kneel in prayer, seeking blessings from a legacy forged in blood. This poses a disturbing question. Was this bloodshed part of divine plan to spread God?